What's good, CBT fam? Before y'all get into the video, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell to get notified every time I upload content. Peace.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk. Colossal Boxing Talk is associated with Three Kings Boxing under the Movement umbrella, and I am back with another video. This is going to be my breakdown and prediction of this weekend's WBC featherweight title fight between WBC featherweight champion Gary Russell Jr., who will be defending against his mandatory JoJo Diaz Jr., the battle of the juniors. But this fight is very intriguing to me. When you initially hear it, you say, okay, we know Gary Russell is the favorite. He's the overwhelmingly favorite. He has the better boxing skills. He's the much faster guy. And he's got underrated power. But it's deeper than that. If you study, it's deeper than that. JoJo Diaz has the height advantage. I think he may be 2 inches taller than Gary Russell. Gary Russell is listed at 5'4", 5'4.5". I believe that, you know, JoJo Diaz at least an inch and a half, 2 inches taller at 5'6". Both guys are southpaws. Both guys go to the body extremely well. Diaz is 26-0 with 14 knockouts. He's really grown on me as a fighter. I was watching this fight against Victor Terrazny, his last fight, and then I was watching this fight on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez versus Liam Smith. I forget the guy's name, but in that fight, or in those fights, I noticed that Diaz is a very committed body puncher. And I know one of my loyal subscribers, John, he loved that. Just like me, he loved a guy who goes to the body. And if you love body punchers, then you'll love JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz is very accurate to the body. He throws right hooks, left hooks. In his last fight against the guy I was just telling you about, Victor Terrazny, or whatever the fuck his name is, he hit him in the first round with a beautiful placed left uppercut to the sternum, to the liver area, that dropped him immediately. He's very accurate with his punches. He has underrated hand speed as well. He can fire off 4 or 5 punch combinations. He's very offensive minded. He's not bad defensively, but he's not great either. And dealing with a guy like Gary Russell Jr., you're going to have to be willing to go through the fire to get your shots off. Oscar Escadon, a guy that gave Gary Russell a good fight. It wasn't overly competitive, but that fighting spirit, his willingness to take 7, 8 shots to get his 2 or 3 made that fight better. But for Diaz to be successful, he's going to really have to disrupt the rhythm of Gary Russell Jr., kind of like Vasyl Lomachenko did. And, you know, Gary Russell wasn't completely neutralized in that fight. But Lomachenko was able to do a lot of great things in that fight. But Lomachenko is also a southpaw. So for Diaz, he's going to have to really keep his head on the swivel. He's going to have to keep his hands up at all times. He's going to have to keep that chin tucked. When he pulls out, you know, from the clinch or from the inside or just the retreat, he needs to stay disciplined, keep the head down, chin tucked, and hands up, so he doesn't get caught with anything. Because Gary Russell Jr. has blinding speed. A lot of people joke on him with the T-Rex arms coming, and he does have T-Rex arms. His arms are short as hell, but the guy can fucking fight. He can box. He's also a dedicated body puncher, but he also has hand problems. And also, the lack of activity for Gary Russell Jr. Is something that bothers me and worries me in this fight. JoJo Diaz has been active, and he's a 2012 Olympian. You know, Gary Russell was a 2008 Olympian who had a lot of, you know, expectations in that 2008 games, but, you know, he didn't compete because he fainted due to some issues. But, you know, his hands are fragile. Maybe that's affecting, you know, the lack of knockouts. Even though he iced Johnny Gonzalez, he iced Oscar Escadon, and so many others. You know, the hand issues, maybe the brittle bones, the brittle hands are an issue for that. Gary Russell can be pushed back. Lomachenko did it. Oscar Escandon did it at times. He loves to fight. Gary Russell. You know, he seems to have a good beard. But I noticed that Vasyl Lomachenko in their fight was able to hurt Gary Russell Jr. with a lot of body shots. It was a 7 round where he was just ripping body shots. He had, Gary Russell all over the ring. He was taking deep breaths. He was huffing and puffing. And, he was really feeling those shots. Vasyl Lomachenko is also an ultra fast guy. He's able to throw, combinations, close range, and from a distance. He's very accurate, and he's also a committed body puncher. But I think that JoJo Diaz is going to have to really time Gary Russell because he's not going to outspeed him, foot or hand speed. Gary Russell is a guy that's really highly touted, highly skilled. He only has one loss to Lomachenko. It's nothing to hang your head at about that. But Diaz is going to really have to be active. He's going to have to, neutralize the speed. He's going to have to smother Gary Russell. He's going to have to go to the body early and often. I mean, dig those shots with fucking conviction. Don't fucking wait till around 4, 5, 6 to start working the body. Start from round 1. Get close enough. Don't let Gary Russell get you on the end of his punches. Yes, he got short arms, but he has speed. So his speed could make up for the lack of arm length that he has by throwing so many fucking punches and bunches, which is going to keep you on the end of it. Gary Russell has an okay jab. It's nothing too great. I mean, it's a good jab. Diaz has a good jab. He's going to have to pump that jab. He's going to have to really be able to punch with Gary Russell a lot of this time during the fight. Because he's going to get hit. He's going to get hit a lot just because the blinding speed that Gary Russell Jr. Possesses. But I really, really like Joseph Diaz's chances in this fight. I just don't know how he's going to deal with the hand speed and the underrated power. And Gary Russell Jr. is very accurate. He's starting to sit down more on his shots. And once he started doing that, the knockouts started to come. Both guys are hittable. Like I said, Diaz is more hittable than Russell. But Russell really is a guy that is hittable. And another thing in the fight I was watching against, I can't think of my man's name. It was Cassian or Cassian. Yeah, his name Cassian on the undercard is Alvarez Smith. Cassian was able to fucking hit JoJo Diaz at will with those right hands and left hooks. Yes, Cassian is a orthodox fighter, but still, the way he was able to hit Joseph Diaz with those straight right hands at will is something that worries me. Even though Gary Russell Jr. is a southpaw, the left hand is going to be there. And since, both guys fight at the same stance, foot position is going to be key. That the foot placement battle is definitely going to be key. Sometimes you might not figure, well, they both southpaws, so, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to be there. But it's always a key. It's always a factor. You got to have your foot in position when you launching your attack, when you're retreating. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be a big key. Gary Russell has the faster feet, but JoJo Diaz, has the longer reach. It's just going to be very interesting to see because this is the biggest fight of JoJo Diaz's career. And if we being honest, I mean, Gary Russell Jr. has 2 or 3 notable guys on his resume that we know, like, okay, we know those guys. That's Vasyl Lomachenko, Johnny Gonzalez, and Oscar Escandon. Other than that, it's not like his resume is filled with killers, world elite guys. There are 3, 1 elite, 1 very good, and another a solid, tough contender. So JoJo Diaz is confident. He's younger, he's fresher, he's more active, he's taller. He does things that give Gary Russell problems, and he's confident. you know. But he's gonna have to be able to put it all together. He's gonna have to be able to walk through that fire, take those punches and bunches, and keep moving. He's gonna have to punch with Gary Russell. He's gonna have to be able to time him. He's gonna have to be able to get off to the body early, break him down there, and if he can break the body, which you cannot move your body, then the head will fall. We all know the saying. Work the body, and the head will fall. Gary Russell is going to have to, just be Gary Russell. He's going to have to avoid taking a lot of punishment to the body, so he's going to have to really box JoJo Diaz. I don't think he wants to get into an inside fight with Diaz, speed or not, because Diaz is a very good, solid inside fighter. He knows how to do good work on there. He knows how to clinch. He knows how to do all that. In the clinch, and he also, like I said, he works the body. He digs to the body. He loves throwing body shots. So I think, with all that being said, man, I think that I'm gonna give the edge to Gary Russell because he's more athletic, faster hands, and faster hands a lot of times brings for more power. You know what I'm saying? And I think that JoJo Diaz is going to have his moments. Going to have a lot of moments. I think this fight is going to be close. He may even drop Gary Russell Jr. just because, the factors of, him being a very good body puncher, him being more youthful, maybe more stronger physically. I think that he's going to have his moments. And the inactivity of Gary Russell, who's been fighting once a year for the last 3 or 4 years, may catch up with him. We'll see. It remains to be seen, but it's going to be a very good fight. But I'm going to give the edge to the champion, Gary Russell Jr. I think he'll win this fight via split decision, a razor-close fight that probably will cause or may cause for a rematch. And, he retains his WBC featherweight title, and he can set his sights on the Abner Mares Leo Santa Cruz winner, getting revenge against Vasily Lomachenko, fighting Tank Davis, fighting whoever it is that he want to fight at 120, between 126 and 135. If you like this video or you agree with me, drop a comment in the comment section below. Also, if you like the video, smack that like button. Hit that subscribe button to join the CBT fam. Hit that post notification bell to get notified every time I upload content. Head over to Facebook. Smack that like button on the Colossal Boxing Talk Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Follow me on Instagram at Colossal_CBT. Shout out to everybody in the movement that's moving with us. Check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news reported the way it should be. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.